With every birthday that goes by, do you feel under more pressure that you need to hurry up and find love now? I'm dating coach and TED speaker Hayley Quinn, and in this video, I'm going to teach you 5 strategies for how you can help to free yourself of time pressure to find love. Experiencing time pressure in the area of dating can be really destructive to our dating decision-making process. And that's not to undervalue the feeling that time pressure can create in our lives. And I definitely know as a woman, there's a biological pressure that we feel like we can't escape from. There's maybe this historical sense of when we were supposed to achieve certain life goals, like forming a relationship, getting married, having children. And there can also just be an idea of where we thought we would be in our lives by now. Like I remember being a small girl and looking to my mum and being like, oh yeah, so I'll get married at 26 like my mum, and then I'm going to have a baby the next year. And we can operate on this storyline for how we think our lives are going to go. And then when we realize that we're not following that storyline and that people around us all seem to be getting coupled up, it can put horrendous pressure on ourselves to make those decisions. So first of all, I want to acknowledge there are 5 really good reasons why you need to fight that time pressure that you feel, because it's going to help you to make much better decisions when it comes to dating. So reason number 1 why you want to ditch the time pressure is it makes you rush decision making. It's that fear of having our time wasted means you might often want to get to the conclusion of what is this supposed to be really early on, which means you make hard and fast decisions about who you spend your time with rather than allowing your feelings to grow and develop. Reason 2 why time pressure can be so bad for our dating lives is it makes us overanalyze. Because you want to get to the conclusion more quickly, it means you have to look into every message they send, every move they make, every piece of conversation they said to you suddenly starts to feel really important. Reason 3 why you want to ditch the time pressure is it takes the fun out of dating. Like dating is, I know you don't believe me, it is actually meant to be fun and rewarding and motivational. And if you're constantly feeling this pressure to hurry up and make a decision, you're not going to be able to enjoy the experience of it. The reason 4 is if you are in a relationship, it can start to put pressure on that relationship because you have a constant sense of what milestones you should be hitting by what point in time. So you may try and force that relationship forwards rather than letting it develop at its own pace. Reason 5 is that you may start to feel like you really need to settle and compromise on all your standards. And that can be a really depressing message to send to yourself about your dating life. And by the way, if you do want to watch a video that explores whether you should settle or not and asks you some really good questions about that, I've created a video on that especially for you, and I've put the link beneath in the comments section so you can perhaps watch that after this video. But first, let's look at 5 mindset shifts that you can help to adopt to challenge that feeling of time pressure. So mindset shift number 1 is stopping feeling like you're back on square one if a relationship fails. Now, this is really important. So often you might fear leaving a relationship because just the thought of starting over again can feel like, oh no, I don't want to go on a dating app. I don't want to go on a first date again. I don't want to have to go through all that. And I hear that, and I know how hard it can be to motivate yourself when you're in that frame of mind. But what's so important there is to realize that if a relationship isn't right for you and you leave it, that does not mean that you're back at square one. You actually have renewed perspective, renewed experience, clarity about what you want. All of those things move you forwards in the process of dating. It's not that you're back to the start. The second mindset shift for you to make is that your time today is super valuable. You might know this already, but being single really is not a waiting room for something better to happen in your life. Instead, being single has so many benefits. And I know you might think like, I've already gone on all the single holidays and I've made my apartment really nice as it is and I'm doing that personal development work. But it is so much better to have the time and space now to focus on yourself, to develop yourself into the version of who you are that's going to attract that high quality partner, rather than feeling like you need to be in a rush to leave the space in your life where you are. Mindset shift number 3 is if you're worried that the men that you want to date are only going to want to date women 10 years younger than you, then start to see this as a filter. So for instance, if there is a guy out there who's the same age as you, but he is hell-bent on dating a woman and he will not go above 10 or 15 years younger than he is, that probably says something about his perspective on dating, how he looks at things. It's very different from yours. It's important to accept that not everyone will want to be with us for a whole bunch of different reasons, from our age to our hair color. And instead of worrying about those people that we lose, it's actually important to see like, hey, maybe you wouldn't have been the most compatible with someone who sees the world that way. And in fact, the people that are left in the dating pool are going to be the people who you're going to click with best. Mindset shift 4 is just to remind yourself that we are all on a different trajectory in life. There's no one way to be happy. Rather than reaching a certain goal at a certain time, it's actually much more important that you feel happy day to day within your life. So because of that, it's about shifting focus away from where is this going and starting to go back to the basics of dating and relationships. So that should be like, am I having fun with this person? Do I feel respected by this person? Am I enjoying their company? Do I feel relaxed around them? These are way more important questions to ask yourself that will actually bring you closer to choosing a great partner than, do they want the same thing as me right this minute? Mindset shift 5 is I want you to surround yourself with examples of people who have beaten the system here and who have found love at an unexpected stage in life. I was very lucky in a way that I had an amazing grandmother who, after my grandfather passed away, went on to find the love and, dare I say it, best sex of her life at 65. So there are going to be examples and people out there who are absolutely rocking it, who are living their best life and who haven't done it on anybody else's time frame. So you need to find those examples and start to really believe this can be you as well. If you've liked the messages in this video, I'd really appreciate a like, comment, or even a subscribe. And if you want more of my dating advice about how you become really empowered during the process of dating, head over to hayleyquinn.com/real love. The link is beneath this video.